Hey y'all, and welcome to Janet being Janet. Okay, so I just saw her upload to YouTube, her Miss Katie. I saw her upload to YouTube, and it just so happens to say, I won! Shocking victory! And you know what? We all know Miss Clickbait Katie, but I've been asking her for an update on this case like people have been asking me for an update on this case, so we're going to see what update she has to give us. But you want to know something? Most people on her channel ain't gonna care. You wanna know why? Because it ain't Blake.
Hi.
And if you want to click those buttons, that is on you. I said I would be here for Miss Katie in evidence, because I was here for that one when there was no evidence. But you know what? I still brought it to you.
Besties, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. I cannot believe this. I am so excited. I can't believe this. I'm so happy. I might lose my mind. I cannot believe this.
Hey, woman, you lost your mind a long time ago. Let me tell you that. I've been on here for a while and I've seen a lot.
This has been going on for like 3 years, and
it has been that long, hasn't it? I couldn't calculate it because it was going on when I left. I left for like a year and a half. Sorry, my bad, don't hate me. And I'm back, and this is still going on. So does this mean it's over? Are we over? Because Miss Katie still wants to go to trial. She said she'd go to trial right now. So, are we not going to get a trial? I got questions. Let's see if she answers.
I'm shaking because in June I was like...
Get on camera. I want to see it. I want to see emotion. I want to see something come out of you besides bullying. My opinion. Everything in here is my opinion, only my opinion, and this is for entertainment purposes. Only entertainment purposes. If I fail to entertain you, I do apologize. I'm just on here having some fun.
A little bit upset because Robert Shin of Shekinah Church, who is a pastor of this group of people, and he was the man featured in the Netflix series Dancing for the Devil, the 7M TikTok.
Why do you have to say it all the way out? Can you not just say Dancing with the Devil? Why is it a long title? Is it because you were associated with that? Is that the reason why you need everybody to know the long title? Because actually all you got to do is type in, just little keywords. That's all you got to do, and it pops right up for you. You ain't got to include it in every video you do.
Cult. Well, while we were making this series, he decided to sue a bunch of us, including me.
We, us, me. Told you you done lost your daggone mind. In order to have a we, you gotta have a me. In order to have an us, you gotta have a me. I almost used the wrong finger. Did y'all see me?
And this lawsuit's been going on forever. And we filed a summary judgment in January. And based on how discovery went and how we didn't get anything in discovery.
You didn't get everything you wanted. They didn't want to give you the information, so they didn't give it to you, and you got mad.
Discovery, how he didn't provide us any evidence of damages and his deposition and just...
Are you fishing? You're fishing, aren't you? This is clickbait, Katie. That's what it is. Because you used your fishes when somebody else was fishing you with the whole Google thing, remember? And you said it's a fishing scheme? All that good stuff. Well, look at your background. You say a lot about yourself without knowing you say a lot about yourself.
All of it. We were almost confident that there was no way that it would survive a summary judgment. And so we were shocked when the judge...
Okay, so she said shocking in the title. She says it's a legal victory, though. This changes everything, but on the thumbnail, it says, I won.
Ruled and denied part of it and said that there were aspects of this case that needed to go to trial. And the minute we got this back...
You're ready to go to trial, like I said. You wanted to go to trial. So why are you so happy right now? Why didn't you just go to trial to say your side so you could be in a courtroom doing what you like to do?
I sat down with my legal team to figure out what we were going to do, and everyone believed that they got it wrong. The facts are this...
She said the facts. So now everything she says through here until she says allegedly, in my opinion, it's a fact because she just said it.
Complaint that he had filed is filled with so many different statements. It has so many different allegations, and it's just completely all over the place.
You You are all over the place with this video. I'm 2 minutes in and I still don't know what the crap is happening. I really don't. And let's just face it, you most likely, people are going to click on this and they may say, oh, so Blake won or Justin won. No, it's probably nobody won at this point.
And since the complaint was filed and since even our summary judgment was filed, there's been all these new videos that have come out of audio of him saying things that all but confirm.
As soon as she said videos, I thought she was going to say videos of me. You know, be a little conceited there because all these people, oh, well, not as many people anymore, but people make videos on her. Like, so, come on, Miss Katie. You almost had me.
Confirm everything that I've reported. And the net.
Nope. Nope. Not a reporter. You can cover something because you can cover something with a blanket, okay? But you are a content creator. You said it. You can't be a content creator, a journalist, a reporter, a mom, a wife, all this other stuff just when it's convenient for you. Life don't work that way.
Netflix series literally confirms what I reported. And it was frustrating because I live in a state where there's no such thing as anti-SLAPP.
If you're frustrated, I want to see your face. I want to see emotions. We don't see emotions from you. We haven't seen emotions from you unless you're on here crying because you're going through something. If you're happy, get on here. I want to see you glowing. I want to see you gloated just in case this doesn't go your way.
There's no shield law for attorneys or for journalists. And the shield law that we have is nothing like what they have in New York or California. We have no protection. And so it's...
Are you trying to say you're a journalist still? Is that what you're saying now? I can't keep up from video to video. I don't know what you are anymore and what I think you are. I can't say it on YouTube.
It's like the best place for people to sue because they can just sue you and you can be stuck in court for 3 years. So my attorneys did this amazing thing and they filed what...
Your attorneys? So you have multiple attorneys, right? Because you have it at a firm. Okay. That's a lot of chang, ain't it?
It's called a motion for consideration. And at the time, I had no idea really what she was looking for or what...
Miss Katie, you can say, my attorney is going to issue a statement. Bam, like that, you got a statement. Your attorney's going to do something for you. You say you're going to have your attorney do something for you. And it's done. Some people like to think that you write your own daggum statements, your own everything. You send it to your attorney says yes, but it's still your words. You get where I'm going here?
She planned to tell the court or what they got wrong because I was so disheartened by...
You need a heart. You need sympathy. You need empathy. You need to know what others feel. But you don't. You only think of yourself.
The ruling itself. So I got notice today from my attorney that the court granted our motion for reconsideration.
Imagine. She spends so many hours on Pacer, right? She spends so much money on Pacer. What if she was on Pacer and she discovered her own court records? That would be something Miss Katie does.
And I am shaking right now. Because this means that...
I don't believe it because you never... Yeah, I can be annoying you. I'm sorry. It's Miss Katie, okay? We all got to get through it one way or another.
That the court really likely got it wrong. And
you ain't got nothing to tell us. You have nothing to tell us. You want to know why I know you have nothing to tell us? Because you're talking like this. When I'm excited, I don't talk like this. I'm a... Because I have ADD, just like you. But if I'm excited about something, I can't contain myself. I can't do it. You can't even get words out of your mouth in a proper sentence.
And it's likely that this case could get completely tossed. And I don't want to get ahead of myself, but let me explain to you what my attorney said.
Don't they usually say the cart before the horse? Well, lady, I got the horses and your cart's dragging.
To the court, I'll read it to you. Jennifer
No.
Moore, she's my attorney. She's also...
Are you serious right now? You took any kind of hope anybody could ever have in you and you squashed it the moment you said you were going to start reading court papers. Because let me tell you something, okay? I think, in my opinion, I think you read court documents on your videos not only for runtime, but I think there's a lot of them you don't understand. So it's a lot safer for you to read word for word, line by line. But here's where you mess up. You don't include the numbers on most of them. You leave out words. You add in words. That's what happens whenever you start putting papers up on the screen. I'll let everybody know that I can't read. That's why they're up there. Don't expect me to read line for line. It ain't gonna happen. So you just have papers to show us. I'm sorry, guys.
Representing me with Blake Lively. She wrote, pursuant to the Minnesota General Rules of Practice, defendants respectfully request permission to file a motion to reconsider.
Put this in your own words. It's your case. It's not somebody else's case. You will give us just a glance of something that your attorney approved. What is this? Nothing.
The court's June 23, 25 order denying in part their motion for summary judgment. Compelling circumstances warrant reconsideration based on...
You can't even read this thing for yourself. You can't read it yourself. You'll have an issues. Guys, you know when she gets like this, I always tell you she ain't got nothing.
Clear legal errors involving fundamental First Amendment protections that are dispositive of plaintiff's claims. I love my attorney because she's like a staunch defender of this...
You got to know exactly what love is, Miss Katie, and you don't portray love in a lot of ways. So you can't say words that you don't know, because it's not. You said everything's a fact. I think I just proven one wrong.
Freedom of speech, and she's such like a advocate for me. And
how are you an advocate for others, and she's your advocate? Shouldn't you just be an advocate for yourself? Because don't you know everything going on? Aren't you in the right about everything? Aren't you just a journalist? Oh, I'm sorry. Like this morning, you said you are a content creator.
She loves doing this kind of work. So I'm going to get teary-eyed.
Show me. No crying, pity, boo-hoo me. Show me happiness. Show me what it's supposed to look like. Not at other people failing. Not at other people's, sadness, legal issues. No. Come on here and show us your face and how happy you are. And you let us, we'll make our own decision.
The court erred by treating protected opinion as actionable fact. The court's order commits a fundamental error by concluding that Ms. Paulson's commentary and use of hashtags could be found defamatory.
Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? I don't understand why you're laughing. I see absolutely nothing funny in all of this.
The First Amendment's protection of free speech rests on the principle that under the First Amendment, there is no such thing as a false idea.
Then you need to start saying my opinion, allegedly my thoughts. You need to start saying stuff like that because everything you say is a fact.
Order finds a jury question exists because Ms. Paulson, after stating her opinions, usually follows up these posts with hashtags referring to trafficking, human trafficking, sex...
You know what? I think I went stupid. I think I've gone stupid. Because if you're married, isn't it supposed to be MRS? Or MS if you're not, and MISS if you've never been married? I think I went stupid. I seriously do. Well, Miss Katie, you're smarter than me.
Trafficking, cults, and forced labor. This reasoning reveals a critical legal error. The court failed to conduct the required threshold analysis of whether the hashtags themselves constitute protected opinion. The determination of whether a statement is protected opinion is a question of law for the court.
Hey, I just Googled. I'm not stupid, okay? Beg to differ on that one. But still, I just Googled, and I was right. MRS. It is the normal. That's the common way. And I'm not putting it up here on the screen, but MS is a neutral term that doesn't include marital status. Aren't you happy you're married? I use MRS because I'm extremely happy in my marriage.
Holding that only statements that are provably false.
Do I need to go here? Knock on wood. There we go. Got it covered.
are actionable. Instead, the order conflates these two distinct inquiries. Characterizing a group as a cult is a classic example of non-actionable opinion. In the fast-paced
I'm talking like this to you. I'm doing this like this to you because I don't care what she's reading. I don't care what she has up on the screen. I don't care what's going on with her because she is wanting to read word by word. And I can't stand when she reads word by word because she gets boring. She's already boring, but it gets extra boring. So I want to entertain you if I can.
abbreviated context of social media, hashtags like trafficking function as a rhetorical shorthand to frame a topic of public concern. Here, alleged exploitation.
Alleged. Alleged. It's in writing, but you don't say it. I ain't gonna say nothing, but I'm gonna say one thing. I tell everybody that there is something with you. It makes people mad at me. There is something with you where you're able to squeeze by everything. You have a way out. You always do, and I don't know how, and I'm never going to know how you do it.
Not as meticulously drafted criminal accusations. Such rhetorical hyperbole is not actionable.
Do you know the definition of some of these words? Hyperbole. Do you know the definition of them? I'm just checking. I just want to know because I don't think you have a journalist degree. I think it was Spanish.
Court's failure to perform its gatekeeping duty on this question of law is compelling reason for reconsideration. The court misapplied the actual malice standard. The order correctly
Hey, layman terms. Somebody like me. Layman terms. Just tell me. Just tell me. You can't.
Identifies that plaintiffs are public figures, but then misapplies
You are a public figure and you don't like it when people talk about you.
the actual malice standard. For public figures, the plaintiffs must prove that the defendant acted with knowledge of falsity or reckless disregard for the truth.
No, I just tell you all the time, I ain't acting with nothing. I just ain't got common sense half the time, and I tell you all the time that my husband says I got book smarts, but when it does come to the common sense, yeah, I got left out.
At summary judgment, the plaintiff must come forward with clear and convincing evidence from which a jury could find actual malice. The order bases its finding.
So do you not want to go to jury trial now? Is that what you're trying to say? You're happy that you may get away from it? This is why you don't just read documents. Put it in your own daggum words, Miss Katie.
Of a triable issue almost exclusively on the fact that plaintiffs disputed the truth of Miss Paulson's statements in their depositions.
They were statements. They were not opinions. They're statements. I don't make statements. I just talk out of my bottom.
This reduces the constitutional standard to a common law credibility contest.
Do you remember whenever I had to say something to you about common law marriage? Do you remember that? It was on a Christine video because I had to let you know that, especially like in my state, if you're together so long, you're married. Without a piece of paper, you're still married.
Public figure cannot defeat summary judgment simply by saying that's not true. They must present affirmative evidence that the journalist subjectively entertained serious.
Now you're calling yourself a journalist. See, you call yourself whatever you want to call yourself when it's convenient to call yourself that. It's annoying.
Serious doubts as to the truth. The order identifies no such evidence, thereby improperly shifting the constitutional burden to the defendant journalist. And then finally, the court failed to recognize that boycott advocacy is a constitutionally protected justification for tortious interference.
Y'all remember earlier when I couldn't say jurisdiction? I've been working on that word. I was like, it's going to come out one way or another. I ain't going to say district. I'm going to say jurisdiction. Yeah. Update. That's me. My life.
The order fails to address a dispositive constitutional defense to the plaintiff's tortious interference claims. The court found as fact that Ms.
There you go, as fact. So everything she says is going to be a fact. Y'all pay attention to these keywords. A lot of people don't. They're just like, oh, well, you know what? She's just stating her opinion, but you can't say fact and opinion. And if you have an opinion, you're supposed to let people know it's your opinion.
Paulson encouraged people to boycott plaintiffs. Speech advocating for consumer boycott on a matter of public concern is constitutionally protected.
I'm concerned about you because you want to bring everything to your YouTube channel. You don't care how it makes you look. That's what makes me concerned about you. And you're just kind of like, you come with a warning.
Protective and cannot form the basis of a tort claim. The order states that whether Ms. Paulson alleged interference was justified is a factual.
Alleged. Keywords. Listen to them. Always listen to her words.
Issue to be decided by the jury. While justification may be a fact under this law, the existence of.
You just said, and finally. When you say finally, you say something and you're done. You and these long, ridiculous videos that mean nothing.
A constitutional justification is a question of law for the court, establishing the court's duty of independent review on constitutional facts.
I just want to know, are we going to the jury or not? Are we going to trial? That's all I want to know. I don't want to know any of this other stuff. I just want to know if we're going to trial.
This oversight and outcome determinative for counts 3 and 8 and constitute a compelling circumstance for reconsideration. These errors fundamentally misapply controlling precedent. We respectfully request.
What does that mean? Fundamentally misapply controlling precedent. What does it mean, Miss Katie? I want to know what it means. Tell me what it means. Tell everybody else what it means. Can you?
Permission to file a motion for reconsideration. So all that is to say that they ruled on things that from the.
You hear her stumbling? Do you have false hope, Miss Katie? Is that what you have right now? And you couldn't wait to bring it to your YouTube audience because you know what? Every time you bring something like this to your YouTube audience, you get super things, you get super chats. Doesn't matter. If it's something about a legal case and people helping you, there are people that probably didn't even know about this case going on while they were donating to the Blake case. Blake, I have my mouth dry.
Precedent that's already been set in our country and in the state of Minnesota is in opposite. So like they were trying to say that calling something a cult is actionable, but the state of Minnesota has already applied that calling something.
If I called you names, what would you do? We already know if somebody calls you unreliable, we know what you do. I don't call you nothing.
A church occult is like an opinion. And then with the
then say it, and you won't end up in situations like this. Just like somebody said on Insta, you get yourself into these kinds of situations, then you're telling everybody else, help me.
Boycott aspect. I mean, can you imagine if you got sued and you said, if you don't want to like buy their products, you can boycott them? Or like if you're watching the stuff with Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, think of it this way, like
you are finding a way to insert yourself in any case that you possibly can. You did not have to bring up Ryan Reynolds talking about your own case. You brought up Blake talking about your own case. Because guess what? I guess you're just as important, aren't you?
Can you imagine if you were like, we need to boycott watching their movies, and then they sued you for interfering in their contract? It's wild. So I didn't know how it was going to go. And then this is what the judge said today.
I have to interrupt you reading because if I don't interrupt you reading, then you're going to end up, my channel. And I don't want you to my channel because I like to have fun on it.
The above entitled matter came before the Honorable Carrie Willis for an in-chambers review of defendant's correspondent requesting permission to file a...
You really like looking at Robert's face, don't you? You know what? It just hit me. It really did. All these pictures you put up, you enjoy looking at their faces. That's interesting.
Motion to reconsider the court's June 23, 2025 order granting in part, denying in part. Whereas plaintiff...
You're stumbling over the words, Miss Katie. Go ahead, put it up on the screen so I can read it myself.
Filed correspondence opposing the defendant's request, and whereas pursuant to Minnesota rules of general practice, motions to reconsider shall be granted only upon a showing of compelling circumstances.
And nothing you're doing is compelling right now me to continue watching this video. This video isn't nothing. I don't know what you want, but this is baloney.
And whereas the court finds that compelling circumstances to file a motion to reconsider do exist, including in part the extensive litigation history of this case.
Is she going to get like 60, 70,000 views on this like she does her other content? What do you think? Do you think this is going to be lower on the totem pole? My opinion, what I think is yes it is, but she still brought it to YouTube because she can make ching, ching.
The complexity of the legal issues presented to the court and the voluminous allegations in the complaint and the importance.
What are them big words? What do them big words mean? Why do I need to Google them big words for you, Miss Katie? Because I got my phone and I got it ready to go Googling.
Of accuracy and clarity regarding the.
I don't hear anything clear and I don't hear anything with accuracy. We, us, me. Those are three separate things to you. There is no we and there's no me and we and no me and us because we had to separate them out.
The court's ruling. I'm shaking. Do you remember how I told you with the Blake Lively case that narcissist?
What did you win? Nothing. What have you won? Nothing. What are you celebrating over? Nothing. That's the way I see it. That's the way I heard it. Because you haven't told me anything different. You haven't said, yes, I'm going to trial. No, I'm not going to trial. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. You haven't said anything.
Narcissistic people have this tendency to like overwhelm judges, and they create these complaints that have so many complex situations happening at the same time.
So are you saying that all of this is malarkey? Every single bit of this is malarkey? This case never should have been brought up against you and it's all going to be dismissed? Because isn't that what you're looking for, is dismissal? I think that's what you said. Don't hold me to that, but I think.
And there's like chaos within the complaint that you can't even tease through what happens. And then they paint you as the dangerous one.
You know what her hashtags are in her description? Hashtag lawsuits, hashtag without a crystal ball, hashtag Blake Lively, hashtag cults. Can't even do a video on yourself without saying anything about Blake?
This is what has been done to me for like the last 3 years. I have been painted to the judge as though I'm dangerous, that I'm.
Why do other people say that you're that way? Why do other people say it? It's not just one person. It's not just one group. It's not just one cult. People are allowed to have their opinions just like you do.
I'm vindictive, that I'm doing this maliciously, that I hate people that are Christians, and that I completely just made up what happened.
Okay, do any of those words resemble anything that you say about Blake? Any of them? You think you're talking about narcissist and Blake being a narcissist, and now you're talking about somebody else being a narcissist, but you're explaining. Pick that one up, Miss Katie.
And one of the biggest problems here is that some of their actionable things that are left are literally me reporting from a public record.
You are a content creator. You said it earlier. That's what you do. You are in a group of content creators. You did not say you are in a group of reporters or journalists. You said a bunch of us content creators. Something along those lines. Now you're changing it.
Or a court record. Or somebody sharing with me and then me posting what they said.
Oh, like an anonymous source? Do you have to give up your sources? If you go to trial, do you have to do that? Do you have to present your source as a witness? Thinking.
So one of their claims that the court completely ignored was that this.
Should you really be laughing right now? She has all the confidence in the world, so she's got something up her sleeve.
They had a contract with the LA Clippers. I had nothing to do with the LA Clippers contract, and all I did was
You said that you were never in contact with them. You never talked to them. So this is what it's going to focus on, is the Clippers?
posted on my Instagram that somebody else had contacted the Clippers and let them know what was going on in this church and that there was concern for the people involved. So it was a matter of public concern.
Would you like it if people called people on your end of things and said bad things about you to people? Or would you be upset with that? You know, other people do have feelings, Miss Katie. It's not just you who supposedly have them.
And I didn't contact the Clippers. I didn't even call for people to contact the Clippers. Like, I got the message from someone and then I posted it.
But you still made that choice. You take on sources, you do this, you make all kinds of posts, and then you will delete them. You will post something, and then I'm like, okay, I'll go back and I'll get that in just a second. I'll take a screenshot in just a second, and then I'll go back and it's gone. That's your MO over on Insta.
That they did this, right? And that's what the outcome was.
Quit asking me if it's right. If you are going to say it on your YouTube channel, I can't. Oh my God! If y'all are taking this serious, y'all don't take it serious. I mean, come on. Like my shirt says, beautiful positivity. Don't take her serious.
He's to this day trying to tell the court that no, I was the one that contacted the LA Clippers, and I told people to contact the LA Clippers, and I didn't. That's one part that really frustrated me about the order, because I was.
Then why haven't you talked about it more? If you're frustrated and upset with something and you get content on your channel by talking about legal things, then why haven't you given us more updates throughout the way? You only give us updates when something's going your way. And there's a reason for that. You only want your followers to know, hey, I'm winning. You don't want anybody to know if you're losing.
It's like, I had nothing to do with the LA Clippers. And I also didn't directly tell people to boycott anyone. I simply
did not directly.
Stated, like, you know, if you don't want to support what's happening here, and if you believe the people that have left that this is what's going on, you cannot support them.
Don't make suggestions. I need to keep my mouth shut, but at least I'm nice enough to say, hey, y'all can comment on my channel, leave everything on my channel. What I say is on my channel. Don't go out into the real world, because this is just a little bit of fun. That's what I say. I don't ever say, hey, you need to do this, don't do this. If you don't want to, I don't say that. People do what they want to do. They contact who they want to contact.
Which, again, is a right that if there's a matter of public concern, you have the opportunity, any consumer can decide to pull and boycott a product based on.
I can't pause it fast enough. I have concerns. Your audience is always going to think you're right. They come to you for Blake Lively updates. They say that you're just fantastic at what you do. Show them the other side of this, Miss Katie.
On matters of public interest and concern. And then another issue had to do with the trafficking, because I published a statement by.
You published. I'm going to quit saying you're not a journalist. I'm going to quit saying you're not a reporter. I told you I wanted it in writing. You won't give me it in writing that all you are is a content creator.
One of the siblings of a man that was within this group, and the sibling told me that they believed their brother was being trafficked, labor trafficked. So.
You chose to repeat it. You did it. You do things to yourself. You come on here and you complain, whine, and moan, but it's your fault.
We did a post where she shared her belief of what was going on. Why?
Y'all don't want to listen to me about the whole Insta thing. Not all of y'all. Some of y'all don't mind me talking. But there's a lot of people that don't care what's going on Insta. She gets herself in trouble over on Insta. And then once she gets pushed back on Insta, she's like, fine, I'll take it to YouTube. She can take it to YouTube and still get pushed back.
Why she came to this conclusion. We cross-referenced it to all these different lawsuit issues he's had and wage claim issues that he's had. And
you went digging. That's what you did. You went digging. Cross-referencing, you digged.
And that somehow is me saying that he's trafficking them, even though all I did was report it. And
that means you can say anything you want to say, no matter what it is, because if somebody else mentions something to you on the street, hey, you heard it, you can report it, correct?
This Netflix series brings up the same issues with the trafficking. So again, it kind of begs the question that just because
I am begging you to get to the point of this. You're annoying.
You talk about it doesn't mean like, and you're reporting on it, you're not the one making the accusation.
Every time she says reporting, journalist, anything like that, you can correct those yourself because my mouth is tired.
I'm not the one making the accusation. The people involved were the ones making the accusation. And I'm just saying this is what they're saying. This is what the lawsuits have been. This is what the parents are saying. And then when it comes to the malice, oh my God, this part made me so.
No, don't you even throw that word in there. Nope, I will stop you right there. Don't you dare. Don't you try to let people know or think or believe that you believe in that when you say you don't. Don't use words like that. You don't have the right to use words like that if you don't believe in that. Don't you be stringing your audience along. Don't you string them along at all.
So upset, you guys, because do you remember how I said that like people will lie when it comes to depositions? And when I was telling you about why Blake is probably not trying to sit for hers?
Probably. When did the facts stop? Because you said this was facts in the beginning. When did those stop and when did this turn into your opinion?
It's because all three of them sat in their chairs, and it's my opinion they lied. And
there you go. If you ain't laughing, there's something wrong with you. I've been sitting here going, this is a fact, this is a fact, this is a fact. And then she finally goes, my opinion.
Their only counter for things that I reported on was that's not true. But then they provided us no evidence to show that it wasn't true. And they had no counter for the evidence that we provided of what people said happened, their receipts, quote unquote, and the lawsuits.
Quote unquote, you made this way too long to say absolutely nothing. You can have so many words come out of your mouth and they don't have any kind of definition to them.
That were being filed against him for this. And the court just ignored all of it. It was so frustrating. So I'm just really glad that this is going to be reconsidered and they can hammer out.
What happened to you being excited and you just being all, you're so happy. Why are you huffing and puffing now? What? See, emotions aren't supposed to be changing like that within a 15-minute time period.
These last issues, and hopefully this will be the end, because the thought of having to go to trial with this man makes me want to pull my hair out, honestly.
I thought you said you were ready for trial. Do I need to go back and find that video? I use your words, and I just respond to your words, and I commentate on your words. So I thought you said you were ready for trial. Why is it changing?
So if you want to know why narcissists get wins in court, it's because they confuse the judge. They overwhelm them with information. They overwhelm the complaint. They make and paint the person that's on the receiving end, the defendant, look crazy. And
sometimes people ain't got to make you look that way. You make yourself look that way, and then you blame it on others.
Unhinged and dangerous. And the reality is me, in my lawsuit, I'm being treated the same way that Blake.
Me in my. I'm done.
Blake is treating Baldoni and everyone else. They get rulings that are awesome because they confuse the judges. And sometimes judges admit that they got it wrong.
This entire video has confused me. It's confused me. Not from what you say, but it confuses me why you keep doing clickbait and making all these wild things, and then you want to say fact, opinion.
So hopefully in this case, we can figure out how to get rid of these final claims and be done with this case for good. Because this case and this lawsuit has always been frivolous from day one.
And how much money have you had to give them? How much money has it cost you to defend yourself for 3 years? That cannot be cheap, Miss Katie.
I don't report with malice. I report everything in good faith.
She's a reporter.
And from public records and from eyewitness accounts and people.
Eyewitnesses. I don't know how that comes about, but she seems to always have somebody put blame on.
Directly involved. So yay!
That was the fakest yay ever. My horses say yay more than you do, with more confidence. There's something wrong with you. There's always been something wrong with you. There's always going to be something wrong with you. You just different. All right, guys, let's go ahead and go through the outro.
I'll keep you up to date about this.
No, you won't. You'll only keep us up to date on the positive stuff, the stuff that goes your way. You won't say you're losing.
But this was a big win for me. I haven't had a lot of wins in this case, so I'm feeling really, really hopeful for the first time in a long
You're feeling hopeful. I thought you were excited. See, you don't even know the difference in emotions.
time. So yeah, thank you guys. Let me know what
Okay.
your thoughts are in the comments below, and make sure to
I was going to let you know that I've already let my comments be known. Okay? I was going to let you know that because I'm waiting for your actual outro.
subscribe to my channel and give
If y'all want to go subscribe to her, go on. But if you're listening to me, y'all can subscribe. I'm going to be here. I don't know that I'm going to talk a lot next time.
this video a thumbs up. Bye, besties.
We're not your besties over here, remember? Or I guess everybody on your channel is your besties now. Yeah, I talked a lot. How long did I talk? Oh, I'm so sorry. I make sure that I get my opinion out there. I didn't mean for this to be like 3 times as long as hers, but you know what? It's me. If y'all don't watch it, hey, I understand. I'm just talking. All right, guys. I do hope that y'all have a wonderful day, night, weekend, holiday, year, whenever you might be watching this. And remember to smile today or make somebody else smile, because it really can make a difference. Yeah, I was just doing talking. I was interrupting her because I thought she was going to have something good to say, and she didn't, as always. Clickbait Katie, back on stage. Bye, y'all.